What's up, people? My name is Ty. A couple of people out here know me. Um, alright, I'm just making this quick little short video about this. I got a 650i, right? Um, I've been experiencing like no starts and you know what I'm saying, little shit, like all kind of stuff. The car's been going bad. Um, all kind of lights were turned on the dash. Um, Steering light, check engine light, airbag light, seatbelt light, all kind of shit was a Christmas tree a little while ago, and the car wouldn't start. Right, so it did it to me like a couple weeks back. I sent it to the dealer, and they said, "Oh, it was some shit in the steering wheel." Negative. Anyway, I let them swap that part out for free. Whatever they said it was, I didn't pay for it, so I really don't give a shit. My like I said, I drive a 2007 650i, got about 62,000 miles on it or something like that. It doesn't have that much miles on it. Anyway, again, experienced no starts, you know what I'm saying? Like the other day I had pulled up in front of my crib, and I pulled up, I stopped, you know what I'm saying, and then I realized, I was like, damn, I didn't get no food while I was out. Let me go out back outside and get some food. Went back outside to try to get some food. Car wouldn't start. So I'm like, all right. Car wouldn't start, whatever the case might be. I left it. I walked to where I needed to go. It was a long walk, but whatever. So I ain't break about it. The next morning I came outside to try to start it again. It started up. So I'm like, all right, cool. I don't know what the hell it is. Now, mind you, this car just came from the dealer. Like not even like a few days. Like it was like maybe like that happened to me Saturday night. I picked up the car on a Friday. And so technically one day. Like and it started giving hell. So after that, I started like, you know what I'm saying, I started getting frustrated. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I'm a mechanic by trade. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? But anybody that also knows me knows that I troubleshoot a lot. This is what I've been doing for years. I work on heavy equipment. I work on forklifts, bulldozers, aerial work platforms, backhoes, scissor lifts, you name it. That's the stuff I work on. You know what I'm saying? And it's amazing how those type of machinery have been having this type of technology in it for years. So I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been working on it for so many years. It's now that most of your newer cars is coming with the technology that those machines been having in it for like going back to like the early 2000s. These machines had this kind of technology in it already. So now they started applying it to automobiles and stuff like that. Anyway, long story short, as you can see, let me turn the camera around. If I figure out how to do it, I'm taking pictures. Oh shit. Anyway, right now it's gonna start. Right? Everything seems to be okay. I'm gonna shut it off again. Start it again. Now I wouldn't do this before. It would conk out. Started right back up again. Right? Okay. When you start experiencing all these little weird problems with this car, like for instance, no starts, steering light coming on while you're driving, you're turning the wheel or something like that, and the steering light just turns on, all up in a sudden saying something about the seatbelt tensioner, get the car professionally scanned, right? The first hint is going to be when it says low power supply, right? A lot of people might look at it like, oh, it could be the battery or it could be the alternator. Not necessarily. You got to really go and troubleshoot it. Now, you need to see what the alternator is putting out versus what the batteries have, you know, it's stored electricity in it, right? When you find that out and you got like, you're pretty much in the clear for that, then you move on to the next thing. I'm going to show you what the next thing is. Now, I took apart this car already, but I'm going to just show you right here on the passenger corner, up by the air box where the cabin filters are, is this little box right here. It's called the IVM module. This little box right here, little black box all the way to the right, to the left, you know what I'm saying? It controls every single component in this car. It acts like a relay. You understand? So the golden rule of thumb, anytime you got a vehicle that is showing like intermittent problems and stuff like that, 9 times out of 10 it's a relay. You know what I'm saying? Works when it's hot, works when it like, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. It's a relay. Right? Now this car doesn't really have that many relays on it. So you have to look at the next best thing. It works like on a, like say for instance, I came out of a CL500 Mercedes-Benz. God bless that car. That car has something called the SAM system in it. Something similar, but a little bit better than this shit here. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit here doesn't guide you in any direction for you to know what's going on. At least the SAM system gives you some kind of direction. So just keep in mind that if you ever have this problem with this car and you got between a 650, 545, 550s, 750, any one of those cars, you know what I'm saying, the BMWs, any one of those cars, like anywhere from like 04 and up, maybe even lower, 9 times out of 10 is this shit right here. This box right here. Now for me, for instance, I got lucky because all I did was I unplugged it. I just put some dielectric grease on it and plugged it back in, and my car seems to be fine for now. We'll see how it behaves within the next week. I mean, I don't be driving it to work like that, but I'm gonna just see if it can start. Take it from there. Like I said, I don't know, it seems to be okay for right now. So like I said, I hope this video can help anybody out that's having these same issues, like, because I know I was like, I was ready to burn this shit, because I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. But anytime you have these issues with these little cars, I mean, listen, everybody's like, oh, don't buy BMW. Listen, BMW is a great car. You know what I'm saying? This is not my first BMW. This is actually my third one. You know what I'm saying? And I had the Mercedes, and then, you know what I'm saying, I love BMW. They're nice, they slick, they smooth. Mercedes is very comforting, luxury. You know what I'm saying? BMW is more on a performance end. It's a great car. Like I tell just people, like people just think that these cars have a lot of electrical problems, but it don't be a lot of electrical problems. It be that one little problem right there. That's it. That also controls the power going towards the push button start, the starter, everything. It controls everything. So if you ever had this problem, or whatever the case might be, just you know what I'm saying, check your local mechanic or get it scanned, or even if that's the case, if you catch it not starting and you know what I'm saying, it's doing like some real intermittent shit, just change that box out. There's no programming needed, nothing to do with it, just change it out and you'll be fine. That's it. You know what I'm saying? My car's working fine now, for now. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens within the next couple of days. I want to take it on the road and drive it, but I'm still a little terrified because I don't feel like paying for a towing. So I'm just been running it in front of my crib, but it seems to be starting back up on the dime like how it should. Not really giving me any issue starting right now. So we'll see what happens, you know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens. I'm about to close all of this back up because, again, make sure when you take this apart, make sure you close it back. And make sure that, for one, this little seal is in there. Make sure that seal is in there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure this is closed. Some of them carry a gasket in there, but just make sure it's in there because, screw's about to fall out. Just make sure it's in there, because if it's not and water seeps in there and starts wetting up these modules in here, remember, you got the vehicle controller, you got the brains right here, you got the trainee control, you got everything right here. So if something gets wet in here, it's over. You know what I'm saying? So the water seep in this bitch, it's over. I had the same problem with my my CL65, and what happened was my ABC box. Anybody that knows anything about the ABC system on the CL65s, or 500, 65, they all got the same system. My ABC computer got wet and caused a short. I had the Mercedes-Benz technician come look at it, check it. They was like, oh yeah, it's this, it's that. They changed a couple of $1,000s in parts. Ran me red because I was just like, yo, how the hell y'all coming over here? And it took me to figure it out now, because now when I actually said, let me go underneath there and see what's going on, and I figured out it was the box, I opened it up and you could see that it was like all corroded and shorted and stuff like that. I called one of my homies up, you know what I'm saying? I call him the BMW guy. His name is Juneblood. He's out here in Brooklyn. He knows everything about Mercedes. And I called him up. He had a box for sale. He sold it to me. I plugged that shit in. I never had a problem ever again with that car as far as suspension goes. Only other issue I had with that car was, I think the air conditioning, one of the O-rings blew out or some shit like that. That was it. I drove that shit literally till the day I got rid of it, and that's it. And like I said, I hope this helps. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that has any issues, definitely know a lot about, you know what I'm saying, Mercedes. Coming out of a, you know what I'm saying, a CO 500, know a lot about those cars. Starting to learn a little bit about this, but this car's not really that. It's not as technical as the Benz. It just has this bullshit, but it's not as technical. Anybody want to, you know what I'm saying, just hit me up, you know what I'm saying, just, you know what I'm saying, click the link below or whatever the case might be, and if you need help, I'll let you know if I can give you a hand or whatever the case might be. Later.